Hey, what's up everyone? This is Snackbox. Hope you all are having an amazing day. Guys, in this video, I want to talk about the current events that are going on right now. And I want to share my thoughts on them and what you should focus on, what is worth to go for, what is not so worth it. And yeah, so let's jump right into it. We have the Infernal Summon Pool going on right now. And this is actually pretty interesting because we have the Unity champion, Vulcanos Fumor in here, and he's probably one of the best Unity champions for Arena or Siege, PvP in general. You can also use him in PvE, obviously, but in PvP, that's where he shines the most. And the reason for that is his passive. Now, he's placing HP burns whenever an enemy receives a buff or has their turn meter increased. And the thing is, if you have one faction ally, the HP burns cannot be resisted or blocked. And that is insane because that means block debuffs don't help and he's just gonna burn your whole team down. He can, remove the stone skin with the HP burns, and he's just pain to deal with, especially when you have a fast team, a speed team that is boosting and buffing a lot. He's amazing to counter those teams. Besides that, he also looks amazing. Crazy armor, crazy sword. Really cool design. Other than that, we also have some other amazing legendary champions in here. The Cheshire Cat, Chimera Duchess. I think those three are probably the most valuable ones. The other ones are also not bad. You can use them here and there. The epics are okay. There are some, classic epics in here like Allure, Magnar, Ashak. They're pretty solid, not gonna lie, but the best part about the summoning pool is definitely the Unity champion. And to be honest, the Prism pools are probably the best chance for you to get Unity champions. If you're going for progressive events, the chances are so slim because the pool is so big. There are so many non-void champions that it's not really, that likely to pull this guy. The rates are just not that good. And Prism shards basically have the same chance to get a legendary champion, but the pool is smaller and they are way cheaper than sacred shards. For example, one summon on average costs you like $10, right? Where sacred shards go up to like 20 sometimes, like 15 to 20, and that's still very expensive. So if you're trying to go for Unity champions, you should definitely wait for a Prism pool like this, and then this will be way cheaper unless you get really lucky. But you can also get really lucky in here, right? Also, if you plan on spending, make sure to check out Aptoide for the additional cash back you get for every purchase you do in Raid Shadow Legends. They have a cloud gaming service out now at the moment. It's a little bit laggy and, not quite there yet where I wish it would be, but it's working and it's amazing, right? You get like up to 25% cash back as app coins, which you can then reuse in purchases. For example, if you would buy this pack here for $50, you would get like 5 to 10% back at the start, right? And the more you spend, you stack up those cashback bonuses. Also, you can use my personal promo code, which is SNACKCLOUD, and get an additional 5%. Sometimes they have perks on specific days where you can get another 10% off. So let's say you're at a 10% cashback bonus on Aptoide. And if you buy that pack, you will get $5 in form of app coins, which you could then reuse to buy this pack right here straight away. So this is basically for free if you buy this one, theoretically. If you want to check it out, feel free to click the link in the description below. I also uploaded a video on how to use it. Just make sure you log in with your Gmail. You have to play the little tutorial from Raid Shadow Legends. You have to start a new game on this cloud gaming service, but you only have to do it once. But after that, you can just log in through cloud gaming and do your purchases, get some, cash back, and use that for other packs, and yeah, save a lot of money. Anyway, let's get back to the video. So as I said, Prism pools are probably the best shot at Unity champions. Also, we do have this tournament going on right here, Gear Ascension Tournament, where you can get one free Prism summon for this current event, which is kind of amazing. You have to get 12,100 points, which equals like, 2.5k energy, around that somewhere, if you run the Shogun. And you can actually solo the Shogun with our base. I have a video on that. You can also check that out in the description. But yeah, the energy cost for this Prism summon definitely depends on your rewards from your runs. As you can see here, the lesser extracts give you 3 points per, greater give you 8, superior 11. You will get the most points for these lesser extracts or oils. I saw some people completing this with like 2.3k energy. I had to spend like 3k energy one time. I was a little bit unlucky, I guess. But after that, it was always around like 2.5k energy, 2.4, 2.6, something like that. Also, the other rewards are not that bad. Mortal Soulstone, Immortal Soulstone, Ancient Shard, and then 20 Primal Quartz, 1/5 of a Primal Shard. Better than nothing, I guess. Then there's the Soul Chase tournament. There's no boost going on whatsoever, but if you have, some spare Eternal Soul Stones, that's definitely the way to go with the big ones to get a good amount of points here. Because, the majority of points you will get from like legendaries and mythicals. Epics don't really give that much. But if you hit a 6-star, let's say legendary or mythical, you can get a decent amount of points and get those juicy rewards in here. Legendary Twisted Horns is not that bad, actually. 75 in total. It's not even one craft, which is kind of annoying. I don't know why they do that. They should definitely put like 100 in here at least. But it is what it is. I would not recommend you to go for this if you don't have a lot of soul stones saved up. This is rather one that I would skip, especially when there are no boosts on. But as I said, you can also get lucky with like 2 or 3 Eternal Soul Stones and hit the last milestone. But yeah, I'm gonna skip this one. And then we have the event dungeon going on, which I'm trying to complete right now. I think this is a really good time to do this tournament. I did pretty much all of them so far because I want to stack up my Immortal Soul Stones, because there's for sure another Hero's Path or something coming up where you need Soul Stones, and or a Deck of Fate event or whatever it is. And I want to be prepared and convert my energy into as many Soul Stones as I can. Also, on top of that, I need better pinpoint gear, so that's a win-win basically. And at the same time, we do have a Dungeon Divers event going on at the moment. I'm not going to complete this thing fully. I mean, 6,000 points for 25 Twisted Horns is kind of crazy. I'm not going to do the whole thing. I'm just going to complete the event dungeon tournament. And then wherever I land, I'm just going to keep it that way. I'm not going to complete the full Dungeon Divers event. But yeah, the next interesting thing is this champion training tournament that is going to start tomorrow, where you can get a perfect soul for Gracchos Turn Drake. Now, we had kind of a similar event with Lady Mikage, if I remember correctly, or was it Lydia? It was one of them. And yeah, I'm not really a fan of these champion training tournaments because only the first place on the leaderboard will get the soul. And you can pretty much accumulate a huge amount of points in a very short time and snipe people and stuff like that. So I don't know. If you have a lot of champ training points saved up, I guess you could go for it, but you don't really need a soul for Gracchos. I don't know. He can perform without the 5-star soul, definitely. I mean, is it good to have it? Yes, he will also benefit from it as he's placing debuffs, but does he really need it? No, he will definitely perform perfectly fine without it. The investment for this soul is probably going to be pretty insane, so I guess you could keep an eye on the tournament, and if there's not a lot of movement in your group, you could maybe think about going for it. But always keep in mind, Champ Train is really dangerous when it comes to sniping, because you can just go into the tavern and just pump out those chickens and those brews and barrels, and you will accumulate a crazy amount of points in a very short time. So keep an eye on your group, as I said, but also be aware of snipers. Now, the last thing I want to talk about is the current Forge Pass that just launched, and we have it again. Finally, the Slayer Forge Pass. This is probably the best set that you can get from those Forge Passes. And yeah, I had to get it actually because, you know, I don't have a lot of Slayer gear, and Slayer can be really game changing. I would definitely recommend everybody to get this pass if you are a low spender. This is probably one of the things you should buy that are completely worth it. On top of all the forging material, you will get a lot of accessories and artifacts, glyphs, XP bonus. The XP bonus is very big. The amount of stuff you get from it is really juicy, and also it gives you kind of like something to do. You know, you have those daily challenges and weekly challenges, and I really like that. I like having something like that. So yeah, this is probably the second best thing to buy after the daily gem pack. So yeah guys, that's pretty much it for this video. Let me know in the comments below, what do you guys think about this Prism pool and so on, all these events. Are you going for Gracchos? Are you going for the Soul in the Champ Train tournament? Are you trying to hit Vulcanos? Let me know if you're going for him, or if you pulled him already, or if you're getting the Forge Pass. I think this is probably one of the most anticipated Forge Passes. I don't know when was the last time when we got it. But yeah, with that being said, thank you guys for watching. I hope you enjoyed. If you enjoyed, please subscribe to the channel and also hit the thumbs up. It really goes a long way. And yeah, see you in the next one.